Hey guys, how's it going? So today we're going to be getting all those people who quit the game because of bugs and, bad things, and just going to be tired of it and it was getting cold. Any reason at all that you quit the game, I'm going to get you caught up. I have all the features here and since August, so you can skip in the description to the point where you quit the game and get all caught up. So yeah, let's get started. So first I just want to say something. This feature, the new Pokestop track, you might have seen it, was added at different places and different times. So I'm just going to go over that first before we get started. So this new tracking system. So 3 steps are completely gone. No, you may remember from the very beginning that that's gone, you may have noticed. And a new system is in place. If there's a Pokestop with a Pokemon nearby, your tracker will display a nearby with Pokemon in front of Pokestop images. So that's how you track them now. Tapping one of them will bring up a closer image with 3 steps below it. Pressing the icon with 3 steps will show you exactly where the Pokemon is. So that's if there's Pokestops nearby, that's how you track them. So you walk to that Pokestop, the Pokemon will be there, super easy. And then if there are no Pokestops around, the tracker will show sightings. So this feature is not as good as nearby. You can't get as close. It'll show all Pokemon within 200 meters. And in order to find them, you have to walk around aimlessly and hope you bump into them. So this, no one's really happy with it, but this is how we got right now. The Pokestop tracker works way better, and chances are it'll work for you. Alright, now we can get started with the months. Alright, the first month we have here is August, and one of the big things first is appraisal. So this feature allows you to get a look at the IVs of a Pokemon. Now you're probably wondering what are IVs. If you already know what IVs are, skip to this point right here. And here we go, I'm going to explain IVs. IVs are the values that determine an individual Pokemon's potential. Every Pokemon has 3. Attack, defense, and hit points. They are measured in values from 0 to 15. For example, a Pokemon might have 10, 5, 3 IVs. So that would be just a set of IVs. But in order to simplify things, many people would add the 3 IVs and divide by 45% for a percent. 10 plus 5 plus 3 equals 18, and then 18 divided by 45 equals 40%. So the IV percentage that most people would just, throw around or name that Pokemon would be 40%. So a lot of people say a Pokemon with 10, 5, 3 IVs has 40% IVs. Alright? And then why do these IVs matter? So, well, IVs directly influence the maximum CP of a Pokemon. So if I had 100% IV Charizard and you had a 0% IV Charizard, and we were both at level 25, and then we both powered our Pokemon up all the way we could, my Charizard would have 287 more CP than yours and would be much better in gyms. So that's why when you're looking at Pokemon to evolve, you want to make sure you always evolve the Pokemon with the highest IVs. You maybe want to prioritize that over CP if you can, because then you'll get a much better Pokemon in terms of CP. Alright, and then how do I determine these IVs? First, press the 3 lines at the bottom right of your Pokemon viewing screen. Then click Appraisal. Your team leader will tell you some things about your Pokemon. First, they will give you a ballpark estimate of the IV percentage of your Pokemon. The message will differ based on what team you're on. Use the guide on screen to figure out the IVs of your Pokemon. Next, they will tell you its highest IV and then how high it is. If you are happy with the estimate, that's fine, but if you want an exact number, you can use an IV calculator to determine the exact percentage. If you are interested, I have linked some IV calculators in the description. That's all for August. Alright, and now we are on to September. So in September, buddy Pokemon were added. So this feature allows you to set a Pokemon as your buddy and walk with them to gain candy. To set a Pokemon as your buddy, click on your trainer, select buddy. Then set a Pokemon you would like to earn candy for. Different Pokemon require different amounts of distance to earn a candy, so choose the Pokemon you want to buddy up with wisely. Another thing that happened in September, Pokemon Go Plus was introduced. This is a device that is sold separately that allows you to catch Pokemon and spin Pokestops with the app closed. It costs $35. Pokemon Go for Apple Watch. If you have an Apple Watch, download Pokemon Go onto it and gain distance while doing a stationary workout. So if you're on a treadmill, you can gain distance. You can't do that without an Apple Watch. Capture location. So this was also added in September. It's a string of text at the bottom of the Pokemon screen to let you know the town it was captured in. Now if you were here in the first week, you may remember I gave you an exact location. That's gone and it was replaced with this. Alright, that's all for September. Alright, next up here we have October. So, catch bonuses. Type medals give you bonuses based on how far you have progressed. For example, if you have a gold medal for water types, Magikarp will become much easier to capture. So this gave us an incentive to work on those medals. So to check those medals, click on your trainer and scroll down, and you can see your current medal progress and how much of a catch bonus you'll be getting. And then the other thing is they changed up gym training a little bit. So now you can bring 6 Pokemon into training gym battles, and if you are a lower level than the Pokemon you are training against, its CP will be adjusted down to make it easier for you. So this way you can actually train against really high CP Pokemon without having to worry about, you know, being taken down. And you can also bring 6 Pokemon, I already said that. And then the last thing that changed in October is that egg color changes. So 2K are green now, 5K are orange, and 10K are purple. So as soon as you spin the Pokestop, you know exactly what kind of egg you got. Alright, now we'll be moving on to November. Alright, and here for November, daily bonuses were added. So your first Pokemon catch of the day will reward you with extra XP and Stardust. So it's good, because then it gives you an incentive to keep going. And then your first Pokestop of the day will give you more items and XP. So you want to make sure you get a Pokemon and a Pokestop every day. Because once you get up to 7 days or 1 week, then you'll get a large XP and Stardust bonus for your Pokemon catch and a bunch of items. That's up to like 20 items at once, which is insane for your 7-day Pokemon streak. And then also now you'll get an evolution item, which allows you to evolve special Pokemon. And when we get to February, I'll talk more about that. Alright, another thing's added in November. The CP were adjusted. So some Pokemon you may remember being strong aren't as strong anymore, like Arcanine and Exeggutor, but many Pokemon were buffed significantly. So Pokemon like Alakazam, Gengar, and Rhydon are now very good and in the meta. So just if you want to know more about that, I'll link a chart in the description with all the changes. Alright, and then the other thing that happened in November is Ditto. Ditto was added, which is very exciting for a lot of people. And it can be found disguised as other weaker Pokemon, such as Pidgey, Rattata, Zubat, Senret, Hoothoot, and Yanma. So if you want a Ditto, keep catching those weak Pokemon until one of them transforms. Alright, that's all for November. Alright, now we are on to December. So December, multi-transfer was added, which is a nice quality of life improvement, and in order to use it, simply hold down on a Pokemon and select as many as you want to mass transfer them. Alright, and then the other thing that was added was sponsored Pokestops, so that adds more Pokestops to your area if you're in the US. Sprint and Starbucks were the sponsors that were added. And then baby Pokemon started appearing. They're from Gen 2. They can be hatched from eggs but cannot be caught in the wild. Alright, that's it for December. In January, nothing new was added. There was just like a Pikachu Santa Hat event and a starter event. So that's all. That doesn't matter now. February, this was the big month. Gen 2 was added. 86 new Pokemon were added to the game. In order to evolve some Pokemon, special items are needed, which I was talking about before. You get one guaranteed on your 7-day Pokestop streak. You can get these from Pokestops, but they are very rare, so just on a normal spin. And you are guaranteed a random evolution item on your 7-day Pokestop streak. And the other thing that happened was extra candies for evolved Pokemon. So evolved Pokemon reward more candy for catching them. So lowest, like a Pidgey, would give you 3 candy. So the middle evolution, a Pidgeotto, would give you 5 candies. And the final evolution, Pidgeot, would give you 10 candies. So that's really cool if you know. It gives you some incentive to catch those evolved Pokemon. Alright, and then new berries were added. 2 new berries, the Nanette Berry and the Pinette Berry. The Pinette Berry will give you double candy for catching a Pokemon, so that's really useful. And the Nanette Berry calms down the Pokemon to make it easier to hit with a Pokeball, less useful. So if you run into a Pokemon you never see, say it's like a Dratini, make sure you give it a Pinette Berry. Okay, as soon as you give it the Pinette Berry, you have to catch it right after that, or else it's gonna eat the berry and it won't do anything if it breaks out. Alright, and in March. So, Shiny Magikarp was added. So this is the first Shiny that has been released. No other Shinies are out yet, Shiny Magikarp Gyarados. Shiny Magikarp has a very low chance of appearing after tapping on a Shiny Magikarp on the map. The Magikarp will only appear shiny after being tapped, so you can't just, you know, a Magikarp will look normal on the map, but once you tap it, it'll turn into shiny. So you want to check every single Magikarp you come across. And then shiny Pokemon are specific to each player. So if you and your friends went out and both tapped a Magikarp, you could be shiny and your friend could not, vice versa. That's just to deter people from using bots to discover shiny Magikarp. And in April and May, nothing new was added. And in June, all this new stuff you already know about was added.